Okay, so today we're going to look at the volume of a prism or the volume of a rectangular prism. So the question that we want to work on straight away is how could we figure out the volume of this prism? Because there is some cubes, we could count the cubes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would make 10 and 15. And then you could count some over here, but there's some we can't see. So the question is, how could we figure out how to find how many cubes to make this in total? And it's very much related to the area. The area of a rectangle and the volume of a prism is very, very similar. So if we look at this sort of volume here, this one just shows it perhaps a little bit better. What we're going to do is start with this little square here, and we're going to see how many cubes or how many little cubes does it take to go this way. And I think it's going to be about 6. So 6, it's 6 cubes. 7, 8, too many. So it's 6 cubes that way. And if we go along that way, I think it gets to 9 cubes. So it's 9 cubes that deep and 6 cubes that wide. So the question is, how many cubes would make this bottom floor of this like rectangular prism? Well, that's just an area question, isn't it really? It's just the 9 multiplied by the 6 gives us 54. Sorry, the 6 multiplied by the 9 gives us 54. So then there's 54 cubes on the bottom layer, and then it's just a matter of how many layers have we got, and it looks like there we've got 5 layers. So it's just 6 times 9, which is 54, times the 5, which gives us 270. Now, the nice thing about that is we could have done that in a slightly different way. We could have said, oh, well, let's look at this front bit first. Okay, and we know that that is 6. There's 6 along here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we know that the height of it is 5. So what's this front bit? We're just looking at the area of this front bit. It's going to be 6 times 5. And there it is there. 6 times 5 is 30. Then how many of these is it going to be to fill up that whole rectangular prism? So this front bit is 30, and there is going to be 9 of them. So there's the prism. 5 times 6 is 30, times 9, 270 again. So it doesn't matter in which order we do it. It's just a case of 5 times 6 is 30. We found the area of the front. And then because it's a rectangular prism, every single layer is exactly the same. There's 30. There's another 30, another 30, another 30, another 30, right until 9 times 30. So that's the way we look at rectangular prisms. If that was a bit hard to see, we can look at this again, go back to our original problem. Well, what we know is that there is maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 3 lots of 5 here. So there's 15 cubes in this front section. And how many of those 15 is there? There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 15s. So 4 15s is 60. So the volume of that is 60. And what we've got there is if we get rid of this, what we said was that was 15, and then there's another 15, and another 15, and another 15. 4 15s is 60. If we look at it this way, we could look at the bottom part. Well, this is 4 and this is 5. So there's 20 cubes there on the bottom layer. And we said it was 3 layers. So there's 20 on the bottom layer, 20 on the next layer, 20 on that layer. So anytime you're finding the area of a prism, you can find the area of the front bit, or the bottom in this case, but let's say the front bit because it's the way I like to talk. So we're finding the area of this front bit, and then we multiply it by how far back it goes. So that's the same with triangular prisms. You find the area of that triangular piece, then multiply it by how far back it goes. It's actually the same with cylinders. You find the area of the circle on top, then how high is that cylinder? So it's always the same when you're dealing with the volume of a prism. Volume of a rectangular prism is that special case where it's just length times breadth times width. Thanks. I hope that's cleared up some stuff on the volume of a prism, which we keep coming back to constantly through high school mathematics. Thanks.